Oh, sh
This is the end.
Alright, we are recording. So, dawn breaks over Gagaius. The sun lifts above the horizon. This is the day where this conflict ends. Whether it ends in your victory or your defeat, well, that remains to be seen. Elena, you've gathered together all of the weirds, as you've seen fit to give a speech before going into battle. What do you say to them, exactly?
They're on the ship, right?
Correct.
Okay. But now she kind of, like I said before, she kind of like pulled the weird together in a group. So, or at least all the ones she could find.
Alright, you've got a good, sizable group of them.
Bee's there too, isn't she? To translate?
Correct. I would imagine Othello is there as well as Matt's character, probably. However, Kadi and the machine are not there. They are somewhere else at the moment.
Peace and quiet at last.
But yeah, she kind of clears through a little bit and says, despite all that has happened, despite the destruction of the village, what the fuck?
What is happening? What is
Hold
happening?
on.
What the fuck?
What just happened?
I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
Anti-explosion?
What the fuck?
That was my first guess also. Alright, but yeah, let's get back to it.
Wait, is anyone saying anything?
No, we're waiting for
No.
Oh, okay, good. I thought for a second that I cut out because I'm in the red.
Oof. That's
Never go to the red there, bud.
Okay, sorry about that, my friend called.
no problem, no problem.
Just comedic timing right there.
It's like, hold on, guys.
But,
I know I'm in the middle of the speech, but I gotta answer this. Give me one second.
I gotta answer this call from the future.
Oh, we all die. Well,
You
good luck,
watching
guys.
hentai, huh?
Yeah, so, yeah, where was I? Yeah. Despite what has happened to the village and all the destruction that went down in the underworld, this is our chance to make everything right. I know things might be a bit startling, but please put forth all your effort into this. That's how I say.
All right.
All the effort.
Give us a presence roll, real quick. See how well you have inspired them with this rousing speech of yours.
Why are you making me do a presence roll?
Everyone else did.
Why?
Just to see how
What else would it
Open
be?
my folders.
just to see how well you've inspired your troops.
God, open up. Okay. Just wanna open up. Ah! Okay, presence is 1.
Oof.
Yeah, my presence has always been 1.
I'm not surprised. I mean, it makes sense for you to have a low presence.
Exactly. And I think I have detractions for it.
All right, what you
I don't
got?
think that counts here though.
Okay.
Well, it's a scary one, but I don't think that counts because they're clearly not scared of her. So
Gotcha. Okay. So go ahead and make the roll then.
what is it?
D20.
D20 plus 1, basically.
Basically. Yep.
Okay. really fighting RNG here. That +1 better come to help. Oh, but that wasn't bad.
Alright, so at first, there's just sort of an awkward silence as they just sort of like consider your words. You know, they sort of like look at each other, murmur amongst the crowd, and then one person begins to clap, and then soon they all join in. They're, you know, giving some cheers, some whistle, like, whoo! I can't do whistle like that, but you know what I mean. Yeah, basically.
That thing.
Yeah. You seem to have...
You're welcome.
You know, you seem to have inspired them a bit. Might come in handy during this battle. How is everybody else preparing for what is about to happen?
I'm just joining in with the clapping for Alina.
Alright. Machine, Kadi, you arrive back from Sand Falls. Your ship at this point is packed, by the way. Like, just completely packed with people.
It's fucking packed, man.
Yeah.
It's fucking packed.
Alright.
You all convene together one last time to discuss your strategy for how you're going to approach this situation. So, go at it, my man. It's all y'all. You're in one place now. NPCs included.
Okay, I got like a few of my guys who are like really riled up, you know? You know, they're kind of like, you know, fanboys with
Gotcha.
me.
Gotcha. Alright. What about you, Kadi? Do you have your gang with you? By the way, I went ahead and I took the pleasure of generating names for all of them. The ones that weren't named.
Alright.
I'll go ahead and I'll private message you that.
Got you. And I'm just gonna copy the text for the NPC list, that way I have it in front of me.
Gotcha.
Alright, cool. Oh, those are pretty good names. And they're pretty I'm not gonna lie to you, those are pretty good, man.
I try.
Light is the best DM I know.
Thank you.
Same.
Oh, man, you guys.
How many DMs do you know?
You guys are you guys are too kind. What the hell?
No, but I am currently under pressure because of the One Piece thing, because I gotta measure up to you, and that is something I don't think I can do.
Don't use me as your goal. Just do the best that you can do. Besides that, let's continue in the scene though. Back in character, guys.
Yes. Please.
Me and my gang of thieves are just we're just chilling. We're just I'm pretty much just giving them the short version of what happened throughout this adventure already, and then we kind of just go meet with the rest of the group to plan out what the next steps are.
Gotcha. Escalon then will initiate the discussion. He steps between everyone on the Mary Rose. This is where you're having the meeting at. So then, this is it. The final battle of this war, hopefully.
Yes.
Does anyone have anything to say? It might be the last time you have anything... If you have anything on your mind, that is. That you'd like to get out there.
At this point, Elena's probably just holding B's hand or something.
Gotcha.
What she said she had to say. The gift
Came a long way.
We have, haven't we?
And I think I'm not only speaking for myself when I say that, well, we are not the same as when this started.
I don't know about you, but I feel about the same. The machine pipes up.
Regardless of how we've changed, what is your plan? How do you seek to approach the situation? As I count, we have 5 ships at our disposal.
We lost a lot in the fight with that dreadnought.
Indeed. But as I've said before,
Only if they were all under my command, they would still be here.
ooh,
No one could have done anything to prevent that.
Wilhelm speaks up. You trying to say that Othello ain't a good leader?
Yeah. I haven't lost a man yet.
Right.
Elena kind of just looks at the machines as well. Didn't go up against the dreadnought, did you?
I was there. I was keeping everyone in order while your men were screaming and shitting themselves.
And I don't mean to cut into this dick measuring contest, but if I remember correctly, only one of us actually brought the dreadnought down.
Oh yes, no, not forgetting that one of my friends brought it down.
Wilhelm, he looks over to you, Kadeen. What do you mean, brought the dreadnought down? It just disappeared. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, you guys weren't there for that section. It's gone now. I blew it up before I left.
The whole ship?
The whole
Oh, yeah?
damn thing all at once.
Well, if that's true, then this battle should be a piece of cake.
Oh yeah, they're pretty unprotected. If any more of them show up, it should be pretty easy to get rid of them again.
Elena looks over to Escalon, if he's there.
He is, yes.
Say, would you be able to teleport us right into what's the place called?
Farsa.
Farsa. Would you be able to bring us right into the center of Farsa?
I could, but they're probably expecting that at this point. Truthfully, I'm not exactly sure how we should approach this situation. They know of our ability to maneuver, as we have. That's become plainly obvious. So we've lost that element of surprise.
I would say it was worth it, though.
Indeed, we've managed to disable that cannon, after all.
I look at Othello and I say, but what do we do now?
Well, my guess is at the moment as good as yours. I need to think of something.
Elena speaks up again. It says, is there any other weapons like that around here? Or is that the only one?
Wilhelm speaks up. The cannon wasn't anything that Gaius was working on. That was something they did. After they came in.
So-
In a
Must be
remarkably short time as well.
So then does the guys have something like it or no?
Our weapon was the dreadnought, and they have that too. Though, according to him, of course, it's now taken care of, not a problem anymore. So I say that it's about even. Of course, we do have the advantage, I'd say. The giant bird over there, after all.
Motherly bird sounds? No.
Too bad those other ancients can't fly.
How would you expect a snake to fly?
I don't know, maybe it could just wind itself through the air or something.
You ain't
What?
seen a flying snake before?
Yeah, I would like to know that one as well.
They're pretty common in Sandfalls.
Kadi, Escalon says. During your
Yeah.
during your intrusion into the enemy, did you manage to come across any intelligence, any maps, anything of that nature?
Yeah. I still have the map that I showed you earlier, and he pulls it out of his satchel, and once again spreads it down on the ground for everyone to see.
It shows a map of Skalander in its entirety. You see that Farso is heavily defended. They sort of just entrenched themselves there.
Heavily what? Cut out.
Defended. It's they've entrenched themselves there. It seems like all of their primary forces have been recalled there after the attack on Gaius. According to this map, at least. The wetlands is completely open. You could use that as a staging point, perhaps. That crosses the minds of the more tactically inclined, I'd say. What else? Another option is perhaps a sort of entrenched battle, a battle of attrition. Farso isn't known for its resources besides ore and rock, so you could wait them out, perhaps.
Do we know where their main encampment is?
You would imagine at this point that the leadership is probably gathered as far inland as possible, towards Farso's capital.
Well, then it's pretty obvious. We just need to go all in, straight to the central command and destroy them in one fall swoop.
I like that idea.
Sorry?
I was saying, Khadij speaks up and says, I like that idea, but it might be a bit too risky to have all of us attack one point. We could have a group of us attack farther to the outside to draw attention away, and then some of us go more towards the center. That way we're, how can I say, attacking on both fronts.
Elena speaks up.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Elena speaks up again and says, why don't we just build a cannon like the one they were building, put it on a ship, and then have all the gifted... She kind of clears the throat, says... She kind of, after that, she just kind of pauses a minute, keeps speaking, and says, build a cannon, just have them focus all of their energy into it.
A possibility. Certainly.
Yeah, but where would we get a cannon like that? It's not like we can just build it in the next couple of hours.
I could open up another pathway directly into Farso on the ground. We could fight from the air and the ground, clear out the anti-aircraft guns, and then, well, you know. The only thing standing in our path after that, well, it's just what remains of Farso's Air Force.
I speak up in front of Willem and say, well, if they built it so fast, why can't we? And then she kind of looks around for any of the Gaius military around. Is there any around?
There are some members, yes.
She asked one of them, like, did you see exactly how they built it?
Well, it was really odd how they did it. They came to the city and they just sort of... I don't know. It was weird because they seemed to just go with them willingly, a lot of them. They didn't have to drag them off. There wasn't really a fight. And they just worked themselves to death. Literally, some of the people just drop dead in the middle of working. It's like they were under some kind of spell or something.
She ponders for a bit, says, "We do have Weird with us. They could help us construct it a little faster. Not to death, of course. It doesn't have to be as big either. It just has to be big enough to handle unloading a large amount of energy."
While a battle of attrition is certainly an option, Escalon says, I don't believe that it's the correct path to take. If we go down that route, then we give the Ferosians plenty of opportunity to recoup their forces and strike back against us.
We need to strike, and we need to strike now.
Yes, especially if what Kadi is saying is true, and the Dreadnought is indeed destroyed.
Kadi, have you even seen the Gagayan Dreadnought?
Could you say again for me?
Did you even see the Gagayan Dreadnought at some point?
Well, I was inside of it, so I guess that counts.
Inside of it?
Yeah, it's a long story. While you guys were twiddling your thumbs, I decided to go on board of it, see if I can find any important information to help us out.
One of his fellows next to him, he speaks up. He seems to be a younger fellow. They don't call him a cat burglar for nothing.
It's a trade secret, I imagine. Hint, nudge, nudge.
Leia looks over and asks, "How badly damaged was the inside of it?"
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, completely blown up.
So our attack did decommission it.
Your attack, if I remember correctly, did some slight damage to the shields. That was probably about it.
You think back, and you recall that they disabled the shield, and they damaged the Modrite core for the engine, but they were working on repairing it before you went and did your thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it did some damage to the shield, turned them all the way off. They still had the engine running though.
What exactly did you do?
Well, I simply threw a grenade or two directly at the shield core, and it caused it to become so unstable it just blew itself apart.
Given the volatile nature of large concentrations of Modrite, you find this to be a likely story. So then, I think our best course of action is we use a ground force to go into the city, take out the anti-aircraft guns, while our forces in the air engage what's remaining of the Ferosian Navy. Are there any objections to this plan? Anything to add?
Elena just speaks up again, and after that says, "We should at least construct something, small scale cannon at least, to try and help even the odds a little bit there."
Kadi turns to the machine and says, "Does your power only work when you go into a place yelling and screaming, or is there a quieter way that you could do it?"
What power?
The one where make everyone crazy and all freedomy and such.
That's a power.
It's something. You
Oh, I
are
thought-
a.
Oh, I just figured I was giving really good speeches.
Well, how naive. No. Watching you, it was very apparent that you were using your aura somehow to influence others.
Strange. I've never heard of this before.
It does tend to have that sort of effect on people.
Yeah, everyone who you went into that crowd yelling and screaming at, their aura started to turning more the same color as yours. It was like you washed away the red one only to replace it with, what is yours, green?
Teal.
In any case, we shouldn't waste any more time. Who will be going in the ground forces and who will be fighting in the air?
To a fellow's turn to destroy.
You're breaking up, man.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah, like really bad.
The machine lives up to his name.
Clearly.
He's
Better
becoming
now?
more of a machine than a man.
Is it better?
Not really, no.
Oh, one sec.
Okay.
Just, if you want to fix it, all you have to do is...
Okay, there we go. That shows it right.
Yeah, it's a bit better.
By the way, in advanced, Val, if that does happen again, just, or if Discord like makes you not able to hear people, all you have to do is close out of Discord and reopen it. Like, entirely close out of it.
Just reset the internet connection. Local.
Okay, so who will be remaining in the air and who will be on the ground?
I believe it is Othello's distraction.
Will you remain in the air then, Othello?
I can't see why I should not.
Same here.
Elena ponders a bit and says, I feel like I should probably be in the air to help.
I see.
No, I'll be on the ground.
Actually, Elena, if you wouldn't mind, I had an idea for something me and my band could do, and we could use your help with it. As I've stated before, I'm not really a fighter, just a thief, an infiltrator, and while you guys are out there blowing stuff up, fighting planes and other such things, I think it would be another one of those perfect opportunities to sneak in, infiltrate, get information, and cause a bit of mayhem, and it would be... Hold on, sorry about that. It would be very helpful to have a powerful weird with us in case we get in any sort of jam.
Well, I could do that.
Then it is decided. Let us begin. Alright, so you begin to make your way, the Air Forces begin to make your way over Gaius, through the Fairdlands, and into the precipice between Farso and Gaius. Down below, far down below, you can see the underworld, the seas, and ahead of you, the misty mountains of Farso. As you've expected, what remains of their forces in the air, they seem to have anticipated this, and they've formed a blockade of sorts. 10 ships strong. Real quick, the Thunderbird Alright, it sort of just screeches out. Only 10? This will be easy. And switching over to cutscene. Standing on the deck of one of the other ships, a man yells over, "Sir, they're coming, the enemy! They have the Scourge with them!" He sort of just... What's the word I'm looking for?
Would you call my mother?
Just sort of sneers at the forces that are approaching. I see. Well then, how about we take care of that problem? And he raises his hand up into the air, and all of a sudden, the sky just darkens abruptly. And this just monstrous roar just echoes through the area. I'm gonna go ahead and do a watch together room if you guys want to hop in here for this.
Ooh, atmosphere.
Oh yeah.
Whenever I go into those, my captain usually shits out.
You don't have to go into it then, it's completely fine.
Okay,
It's
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it's just optional. Where do I insert my song at again? Fuck.
Put the link in the search bar.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I got it.
Donna, 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 hey.
Okay. So, this monstrous roar just echoes through the area as this sort of like flying serpent, of all things, how ironic, just descends from above. It has these blackened scales. Yeah, you can lower the volume if you want to. I did. It's a really loud song. As it just immediately just takes down one of the ships next to you. It just crashes through it, just splintering the wood entirely. And the next thing that happens is the Thunderbird just sort of like crashes into this flying serpent. And you see both of them just sort of spiral to the ground below, through the clouds, and eventually just out of sight. You're now at a severe disadvantage in this battle. How do you react to this?
Oh no.
Well, I presume, in case I didn't make it clear, that I wanted to be, with the Air Force. That way I could get closer to the center. And with that, I'm going to, well, is Elena here? Where's Elena in reference to me, I suppose?
You are on the same deck of the ship. I would say you're on the machine's ship, actually.
Alright, that works out. I turn to the rest of my people and to Elena and say, alright, so the battle's already started. I think the best plan of action for us is to get on the ground, steal a couple of uniforms, and proceed to see what we can find going towards the center.
One sec.
Mhm.
Right while you're talking, I'm going to try to snipe that one guy who did the call.
That's a hell of a ways to snipe, but if you want to give it a shot...
Yeah.
Do it.
If you want to give it a shot.
I know, how ironic, right?
What a ch.
It's a long shot. I'll take it.
Okay, as you're making your plan on the fly, you see the forces ahead of you begin to approach rapidly.
Holy shit, 34.
They are spreading out around you.
Oh wait, it's a crit. It's a crit.
Oof. Crit. Oof.
Because I have a skill. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Okay, so, I'll describe that in 1 second. The forces are rapidly approaching you. They're fanning out to sort of surround you very quickly. Machine, you see through the scope of your sniper a familiar face, one you know very well, the man who hired you to assassinate Ford Crawford, Arden. And, I'm not sure how you would react. Probably very, pissed off, I imagine. But, you squeeze back the trigger of your sniper rifle, adjusting for the wind and the distance between the two of you, and you just fire, and you just land straight through his chest cavity. You see him, he's sort of just, like, not expecting this, he just fumbles backwards, and, like, just... He's not dead. You can tell he's not dead. He's still standing, and he just sort of, like, stumbles down below the deck of his ship, but you just hit the hell out of him really hard.
Holy shit. I say, I shot the captain. And I yell out, trying to inspire the men.
Alright, they yell out, yeah! These are your, fellows, by the way, from Sand Falls, mostly.
Yeah.
Alright,
I think, no, I did actually have, like, 4 weirds.
that's true. You do have them as well.
Good.
Alright, so, real quick, Othello, since you're leading the, Air Forces, go ahead and give me a roll. Add in 4 on top of your, any sort of skills or anything you have.
What roll?
For the battle in the air, like how well you do against this.
Run d20 plus 4, you say?
Yeah, on top of whatever skills you have and, your ability.
My ability, which is 3. And I got military knowledge strategy,
Okay.
which is another plus 2. Let's see. 23.
Not bad.
23, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright. Wow. What the fuck? Okay.
Fuck what?
So, I'm gonna say, from the chaos of their commander suddenly being shot from such a long distance, one of the less apt people seizes control, and they are not good at these things, as the Ferosians have proven over and over again.
I got this, guys! Don't worry! What are you doing? I don't know!
And, so they immediately take on a more defensive stance, and they only send forward 3 of their own ships. Sort of like these frigates. And you're easily able to dispatch them with the superior firepower that your weirds offer. Real quick, Kadi, you were going on to the ground, right?
Yes, the idea was to teleport to go on the ground, knock out some people, take some uniforms so we look natural, and then teleport to the middle of the city.
Gotcha. There's actually, now that you think about it, since these are seized Ferosian vessels, they have uniforms on them already, so you very quickly got those. You've disguised yourselves as effectively as possible.
Gotcha.
There's
And I say,
my character wearing a disguise.
why is that?
It's too distinct.
Oh, alright. Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, it might be slightly helpful, but you do you. But anyway, I pretty much tell everyone to gather around. We about to do a whole big old teleport thing.
All right. So, who are you taking with you exactly? You have your, your gang of people, the machine, and I believe Elena was going with you as well.
See.
Yeah, I don't know if
I'm still concerned about, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Saying Elena did show concern about the bird going down.
Okay. I don't know if the machine was gonna go since he's probably gonna be leading his own forces.
Okay.
So I was thinking pretty much me, the bandits, and Elena.
Sounds good. Sounds good. All right. So describe the opening of this pathway.
Gotcha. First I look over the, I guess, bow of the ship, to try to figure out exactly what point I want to end up at. And I don't want to mistakenly end up in, enemy territory where it's obviously obvious and they're like, where the fuck did you poo from? And so what I'm looking for is a place that looks to be somewhat close to the center, but it doesn't seem to have many troops around it or many reinforcements. Maybe like a grassy area or wooded area of sorts, if there's one available.
You find a roof of a house that seems to be rather unguarded.
Alright, that'll work. And after I spot it, I turn around and say, alright, gather around, kids, we're going on a trip. And you see him, after everyone is together, you see him kind of hold his hand out and wave it in a circular motion. And it starts off very small, it's just like a disc of light. But as it opens, you can see, kind of magnified, the house that he was looking at, as the circle grows from the size of a quarter outwards to the size of maybe like a double doors, that sort of size.
Gotcha.
And it's clear like it's the other side is right onto the roof. And he says, all right, all we have to do is step through and we're there. And you
Elena
see
just
him-
kind of nods and walks forward into it. At that point,
Alright, the 8 of you, walk through the portal. And, you begin to make your way through the streets of Farso. Give me a stealth roll,
Hello?
Kadi. Yeah. Can you hear us?
Alright. Yeah. Stealth roll, I've been waiting for this one.
Hey, Lana, can you hear us?
yeah.
Okay,
What's
just
up?
making sure. You just said, like, hello. I was like, wondering if you had technical issues or whatnot.
Quick question there. If I were, you remember on our last session, I was talking to Escalon about how to walk halfway through Shadow.
Yeah.
Exactly what should I be adding to my roll for that?
To perform the maneuver, you would be using intuition.
Gotcha.
And any skills if you have any.
Oh, hey lad, I'm gonna PM you something real fast.
Gotcha. Also, Kadi, lower your potential by 3 points for using the portal like that.
I got you. And give me just a second, and I will be there. Alright.
Yep.
Very good, lad. That's what I sent you.
Also, can I later do a little speech while we are almost on the battlefield?
Othello?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can do this speech while you're fighting.
Nice.
It's called speech fighting.
Yes. But before that, Kadi, you recall Escalon's instructions, and you manage to phase yourself and your group. I'll say you just sort of like spread your aura out to engulf them, and you can tell you're sort of like transparent to yourself, almost like a ghost, or what you imagine a ghost would look like, anyway. As you begin to make your way through the streets of Farso, you find patrols, most of them just sort of like looking up at the battle that's happening above you. And you notice something strange as you're going through the streets as well. You recall from the map all of the positions where the anti-aircraft guns were supposed to be located, but you don't see any of them.
Strange. It seems that they moved some of their armaments out of place. I don't see any of those anti-aircraft missiles that were supposed to be here.
where would they have moved them to? I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, because you made the character name. Zuko asks.
My man. I'm not sure, to be honest. They should be here, and if this was a surprise attack, I don't know why they would move them. Well, if they were preparing for an attack, I don't know why they would move them. But either way, that's not what we're focused on at the moment. We're trying to figure out where the captain's quarters is, the headquarters of this whole thing.
Elena kind of peeps in, talking quietly, so in general. Don't you know where the captain's quarters is? You saw the map, right?
Ah, yes, we're heading in that direction. Should be another 5 minutes or so before we get there.
You reckon that they are kept away at the largest building? It's sort of like a castle, almost, built into the side of the mountain.
Alright.
Very impressive. It must have taken hella long time to build something like this.
Gotcha. He points to the castle thing on the hill not far away. That's the building we're trying to sneak into.
That's it?
Are we going to destroy it, or?
Well, we'll get to that section. Right now, I think if we're gonna help our friends out, we should, number one, get into that building to see what they're planning. And number two, try to take out as many of those anti-aircraft missiles as possible, if we can figure out where they put them anyway.
Seems easy enough. One of your other companions says, Otto. Seems too easy, actually.
Yeah, that happens, but that might just be because we're, partially invisible. It's a lot easier to walk around that way.
Yeah, you gotta show me how you managed to learn these tricks, by the way, after this is all over.
Well, I got a guy who might be able to help you out, but, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't know if we can give the power to such lowly thieves as yourselves, he says, kind of smirking.
Zuko, he looks at you. Where'd you steal that line from?
Wait, hold on, what year is this? 19...
It's like 1918.
Yeah, comics aren't a thing yet. This, one newspaper comic that I saw once. Can't remember the name of it. Something about a, spider or something.
Sounds boring.
Yeah, it was.
Alright.
Elena just kind of speaks up, and Elena speaks up and says we should get going.
Alright, continuing on, you begin to make your way towards the castle. We're gonna go back to, the battle taking place above the skies. Seeing their 3 ships go down, they just decide to just go in full guns blazing. Their remaining 7 ships approach very quickly. Othello, go ahead and give me another roll for this battle.
Am I in this battle as well?
If you're
The same rule?
yeah, if you're up there, yeah, you're in the battle.
Yeah, okay, so I should make a roll as well then.
28.
Jesus fucking Christ.
He does it for both of us.
Can I give my speech now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll say you're giving your speech while this is happening.
Can I put some potential in to amplify my voice with my air powers, you could call them?
Absolutely.
So you want to turn your voice into a megaphone?
Basically.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go ahead and say that it's only going to take like 1 potential to do that.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 3 just to make it extra loud.
Okay.
So they can hear us. And he stands at the helm of one of the airships, and suddenly you hear this booming voice like it comes from Madra itself. I know, I'm kind of pushing it here. My fellow Gigalians, we see the troops of the enemy approaching. We hear the Farsonian guns over our heads. Now we will meet them face to face. I am resolved, in the midst and heat of the battle, to live or die amongst you all. While we stand together, no inequities shall pass. Let them come with the armies of hell, they will not pass. And when this day of battle is ended, we meet again in heaven or in the field of victory.
For Southern Guard! One of them yells out.
What?
Anyways, so you're during this exchange. Another of your ships gets taken down. The gunfire just sort of like getting a lucky shot in on their core. Their ship just erupts into flames and rapidly descends downward. But you manage to take down 2 more of the enemy as well. The cannons sort of like roaring along with your voice. Matt, would you like to describe some of your piloting to us?
So, how many ships do we have left?
3 to their 5.
3 to their 5. And I'm in the Mary Rose, correct?
Correct.
Is Othello also on the same ship?
Yes. And I imagine that the machine is on the ship opposite of you.
Okay, so I guess at this point I'm just focusing on piloting my ship as though I was a fighter pilot, letting the other ones kind of just, you know, operate off of Othello's directions. Could you possibly describe the formation of the other ships? Are they in disarray or are they well arrayed?
They are pushing forward. They're still trying to surround you. They've only got you in a partial formation, however, at this point. It's sort of like a semicircle around you.
Okay, so I'm going to make a sharp turn starboard, trying to point.
Go ahead, my bad.
I'm going to point my point the front of the ship. Not completely turn around, but I'm going to slightly turn back and then make a wide turn around everyone and try and just kind of go out and see if that leads them, try and get a couple on the side that I'm near to follow me. Break off.
Okay, your plan works and 2 of the ships begin to fire at you. They begin to concentrate their fire, and you see the shots just sort of like pinging off of your shields, just and just these like flashes of light as the shells impact against you. But they do indeed begin to follow you. The weirds on your ship begin to fire back. Some of them firing off these bolts of lightning, others these just huge balls of flame. And it's an intense firefight. Like, you can hear Othello doing his speech, right? But it's almost drowned out by the sheer just sound and the concentration that you're having to do to just keep going at this point.
Okay, I'm just doing my best to evade fire and still keep these guys occupied.
Gotcha. What about you, Machine?
What do you mean it's drowned out?
I'm saying for his character because he's having to concentrate so hard at this point.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you, Machine? What are you and your forces doing? Odin stands next to you, and like the other ship, you currently have the captain. You have Arden's ship, the nicest of the bunch, you would have thought, and you're engaged against it.
So I'm going after Arden's ship directly already? That's what I was going to ask to do anyway.
Yeah, it engaged you freely, actually.
Okay, I want to try to jump onto Arden's ship.
Oh no.
All right. I'll say you guys are probably passing by one another, so exchanging gunfire and the like.
Wait.
as you do so.
Let me phrase that better. Using the maneuver gear, I'm gonna have me and like a bunch of my men jump onto the ship.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good. I figured that's what you meant anyway. I didn't think you'd go alone.
Oh, okay. Just felt like calling then.
All right. Go ahead and give me a roll for this scene. Add in. How many of your men are you taking with you?
At least 15.
Okay. Add in an additional 5 for that.
Okay, and what skill do you think would apply to this?
Anything to do with leadership or battle?
Oh. Okay. So let me just put up my sheet there real quick for this. One sec. Any minute now. There we go. Okay, this is gonna be a pretty good roll, hopefully. Yeah.
No, Jesus fucking Christ! What the hell? What the fuck?
I'm giving a speech while this is going on to the record.
All right. Do you want to like describe that? As you're jumping over, a few of your men do get shot, and they unfortunately like fall down, presumably to their deaths. But the majority of you make it over to the other ship. Odin, he just crashes straight into this one Ferocian soldier, impaling him upon his spear. He has like a gun spear. He points towards some other approaching Ferocians, fires the gun spear, right? The head of it skewering the man he's already pierced, right? Just fully going through him, and it just impacts right into the neck of the other one that was approaching. Go ahead and give your speech.
I just sounds like ours at this point.
You're breaking up again, by the way.
Oh, one sec.
Just go ahead and silence this.
Oh, could I perhaps put a song in?
By all means, go ahead.
I just found this.
You there, Val? Okay. In that case, we're gonna take a short break. I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Be right back.
Pizza time.
Soup time.
What do you guys think of my speech?
It's Gucci.
It's what?
It's Gucci. It's good. Gucci is good in Italian.
Wait, really?
Wow, it really crashed.
Yeah, dude.
No!
Anyway, sorry, what were we doing last?
We have a small
We have a small break because
yeah.
you were like, man,
Light
my
got-
internet.
Light gotta go potty.
Oh. Oh, Discord crashed.
How dare Discord crash? How dare it?
Yeah. Just realized I could type in announcements.
You can?
Yeah. See?
Can you now? How?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, you're not
Rush.
the only one. Huh?
Alright, so... what did you say exactly, Machine?
I can't remember. What was I doing?
You were trying to give a speech as you were going to the other ship?
Oh yes, I'm yelling for freedom in the language of Sandfalls, just a bunch of times.
Gotcha. Okay. So, you're currently engaged with the forces of this ship. we're going to switch back over to Kadi and his scene. So, Kadi, you have at this point reached the main entrance of the castle built into the side of this mountain. A set of staircases leads up, and you see several guards stationed above. To clarify, you are at the bottom of the staircase. So what now?
Gotcha. Well, we could try to go through the front. We are dressed correctly for it. Well, some of us anyway. But I don't think that's a great idea, and they probably wouldn't let us through if they didn't know us. We might be able to get over the wall somehow. How high is it, by the way?
You see several trying to think here. Several windows built into the side of this structure as well. They're a good 20 feet off the ground, though. It'd be quite a ways to climb up.
How many guards are there?
There is a group of about half a dozen guards.
6 of them, and there's one.
There's 8 of you guys.
Gotcha, yeah. Clearly outnumbered. Well, Elena, I think this is where your field of expertise comes up. How many of these guys do you think you could take out for us?
Most likely all of them.
Quietly.
And
one of the masks.
How grouped up are they?
They're split into 2 groups of 3.
how far are they from each other?
Yeah, how far apart are they from each other?
About 15 feet from one another.
Gotcha. Let's.
I'm gonna. Alright. I look over to Kadi and I got this.
All right. Well, he looks towards the rest of the group and says, "You guys might want to back up. I don't know exactly what she's about to do, but you don't want to be in the line of fire for whatever it is."
So what kind of room are they in? Like, are they in top stairs or what are they? Like,
Yeah, they're on the tops of the stairs.
and they're on either side of the entrance of the store, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ignite that entire area of that room.
Alright. Do you want to describe doing so?
Yeah, I'm also gonna use my maneuver too.
Okay.
One I already have. Engulf, but I'm also gonna pump 3 potential into it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm using Inflame, so I'm gonna use 6 potential in total.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna, from the center of the room, like, just from, I'm guessing there's like an archway that leads into it, above the stairs, or something.
Okay.
From there, the air is gonna ignite around that area, and around the guys, around the troop, around the guards, and it's just going to, like, just quickly just consume inwards. And just ignite it in a clear flame.
Alright.
With a snap of a finger, like that.
So you just see the guards, they begin to just scream out in pain. As they, you notice their clothes just burst into flames, and the air sort of just shimmering with this intense heat. You can actually feel it from all the way down here, in fact. And you notice also that the shells in their guns just pop off, just explode, along with most of the gun itself. And at this point, behind you, you can hear dozens and dozens of footsteps rapidly approaching this doorway, like trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
How?
From behind us, if we're facing the door?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Elena just looks to Kadi real fast and says, "Let's make our way up quickly. I'll do the same thing with them coming up."
Gotcha. That might not be necessary. I'll say what we do is, very quickly, let's open the door, drag these bodies inside, and close the door back behind us.
You get up there. Real quick, Kadi.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an intelligence roll and anything related to perception. Any skill that you have.
Alright.
I think that's the wrong channel, but okay.
Oh, shit. Thanks for letting me know there, bud. Alright.
If so, that would make this a lot easier.
Yeah, but less organized. And you said perception and what else?
Any skill related to perception and intelligence.
Alright. Give me a second here. Which type of intelligence? Like,
Your
what?
attributes.
No. I mean, that's not what I mean. I mean, without giving too much away, what exactly should I be? What is sort of the nature of the thing I'm looking out for? Because that'll tell me what skill I'm using. Oh well, yeah. All right, got that one. All right, here goes nothing.
Okay. As you begin to open the door, you hear a click from the inside, and immediately your cat senses just begin to go off. You're like, oh shit! And you realize this entire door is about to fucking explode. Describe your reaction to get out of the way.
Gotcha. Kadi, once we get up to the door and he's about to grab one of these bodies to drag it through, he touches the door and he notices something not right. This thing's about to go up. He doesn't even say anything. He doesn't really say much of anything. He turns around to the rest of them and says, fucking run, like just down the staircase, like fuck this door. Go in the opposite direction, get the fuck out of here.
Alright, you just yell that out, fucking run, and you begin to run down the staircase, but not before it explodes behind you, riddling your back and limbs with shrapnel. I'm gonna say, actually, I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
And probably everyone else around him.
Yeah, and everybody else around him, too. This breaks your concentration over your invisibility, by the way.
Alright.
Alright. Everybody takes 8 points of damage.
Oof.
And you're
Why
just...
that much damage?
It's a big-ass fucking explosion. That entire door just went up.
Can I do my rest thing now?
Yeah,
On my potential back?
get,
I haven't used it once actually.
your what? Your...
You said we get a rest we can use even in the middle of the combat to get our potential back.
Yeah, roll a d6 and you can recover that much.
Alright.
I think 15 minus 8 is 7.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
fuck it. We're all doing it, because goddamn, I'm on the
So
super
what am I rolling?
A d6 to see how much you recover. Also, you notice... wow, you got...
Yeah.
Just a 1d6?
Yeah, 1d6. There you go.
So how much do we get? I get 3 back?
Yep. That's right. So, actually, you notice that your comrades aren't as fortunate. Most of them seem to be disabled, and I'm going to say that Bati is actually just completely dead. Like, you notice one of her arms and legs have just been completely just blown off her body, and she just sort of has this lifeless look in her eyes.
Got you. You see, well, for Elena anyway, you see, Kadi, like, start to get really emotional at this. He's not exactly crying per se, but there are 1 or 2 tears coming down his eyes as he just says, fuck, and runs over to her.
Alright, as you're running over to her, you can tell she is very dead. You're just sort of like, I imagine maybe standing over, your ears ringing, your body just aching in pain from the shrapnel and all the, fucked up shit that's happened to you. And Zuko, I can't believe you chose that name, by the way. God damn it.
Does he have a burn scar in his face?
Oh, yeah, he does. And apparently he's weird, and he uses 2 scimitars. Yep. I didn't make this NPC, just so y'all know.
Hey, Lion,
Yeah.
with my 1 healing skill, how much potential is it going to cost me?
It depends on how much you put into it.
Because it does give you back 1 thing that you let it do.
Yeah, if it only recovers 1, then, oh, that's right, it doesn't... You have the perk to let it recover 1 potential, but it heals wounds. It, stops... If they have any wounds, it, temporarily seals them up. Anyways, 1 potential if you heal someone with it. So, Flame Guy, totally not a ripoff. He grabs a hold of your arm. He's like, "We gotta go!" And you look over. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think here. You look behind him, and you see these Ferocians very quickly gaining ground on you. They aim their guns at you, and they just begin to let loose. You can hear the bullets just sort of whizzing past you at this point.
How many guys are down the stairs, I'm guessing, at this point?
How many Ferocians?
Yeah.
About... I'm gonna do this. 17. You are hopelessly outnumbered by these people.
Could I?
Could you what?
Pick up towards the stairs?
Could you what? Elena, you there?
Yes.
Okay, you broke up there. Can you repeat that?
I said, can I use my engulf flame maneuver again, but try to hit all of them by aiming it down the stairs? I'm guessing they all went up the stairs.
No, you were blown down the stairs from the explosion.
Oh, okay.
And now they're
Alright.
crossing the street towards you.
Gotcha. You see, Kadi kind of get this rage in his eyes. It seems, usually he seems like he keeps his cool, but he's lost it completely now. The loss of one of his best friends has really did a number on him, and you see this crazed look in his eye. And alright, for Mitchell,
Yeah.
for the ship we were just on, the machine ship,
Yeah.
what type of large armaments did it have?
They had cannons.
Alright. But did they have any type of missile type of technology?
Nothing of that nature, no.
Gotcha. Alright. How was the ship powered? Was there tanks of gas or diesel or...
No,
How's that work?
it's powered by Modrite core. All ships are.
Gotcha. Ah, god damn it. Alright. Give me just a second here, guys. I gotta think. Gotta do a big old think.
Alright, while you're doing that, we're going to switch scenes back over to Othello and Matt. So these 2 ships are chasing after you. Here's what I want you to do. Matt, give me a roll for trying to, pilot under pressure. And Othello, give me a roll for, the other part of this.
What, stat and...
Same as before.
Oh, okay, I can just copy-paste that then.
Wow.
22.
Wow.
Where?
Come on, Matt, net 20.
Just a second. Let me, just looking at my sheet just real
I don't
Come
see your
on,
roll.
net 20, boy. If you rolled a net 20, I'm flipping my shit.
No, don't hope for a 20. The desire sense will go off and you roll a 1. Don't do it.
Wow.
18!
Thank God.
He got a 22 as well.
These are like the luckiest fucking rolls. I honestly cannot believe this. Alright, so
Yeah, this is the final fight. You told us to bring our A game. We not fucking around.
clearly. So here's what I want you to do. Matt, describe how you avoid this large, just like ship buster. It's like a giant ass cannon. You see it sort of just protrude out of the deck of their ship, right? It's large fucking cannon, made for like one-shotting ships. Describe how you avoid this shot, and if you want to, Othello, you can do like a scene where you're like warning him, and then Matt can describe how he avoids it.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead.
Pilot,
Yes, sir.
cannonball coming in at 6 a.m.
6 o'clock.
Okay, so I just swing the ship over toward, into the shot path, basically. And then right before it comes, I pendulum it back, because the balloon is kind of staying in the same spot, but the hole is swinging. It just goes right past.
Wow. So you like basically just drifted around this thing.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right. The shipbuster fires this just loud, not nearly as loud as the cannon from before, but you see it rips past your shield, sort of just skimming off of the edge of it as it just flies past you. Some of your men just really did not see this maneuver coming, so they just like get sent like hurtling off of the ship.
Oh, fuck.
Can I do an air torrent to just launch them back onto the ship?
Yeah, go ahead, give us a roll.
How much would that cost me?
I'm gonna say 5 potential, and 25 of your men have been sent hurling off.
Okay, if I spend 10, can I get a bonus on my roll?
Yeah, that'll add in another +5.
Okay. Whoops,
No,
that's
let's roll the
+5
one.
from the extra potential. And then tier 3 wind creation +3.
Yep. Oof.
16.
Alright, you managed to save 16 of the men. The rest of them presumably fall to their deaths. While this is happening, the other weirds on your ship, they recover, sort of like retaking their positions, and they just fire back with all of their power. You see the shields around one of the ships ripple and shatter, and then they just very quickly just go for the balloon, and it begins to just plummet down below.
That was Arden's ship?
No. They're not engaged with Arden's ship.
Ah.
Okay. But who is, though? The machine is. So, going back over to the machine, you guys are just slaughtering the fuck out of Arden's men. Alright? And here's what I want you to do, actually. Machine, I'm assuming you would go to, like, directly face Arden, right?
Yeah, man, as well as.
Alright. So, you go down below, and, you come across this scene, and you know that you have to get the fuck off of this ship. You see these...
Follow the trail of blood.
No, wait a second. Yeah, you
Okay.
follow the trail of blood, yeah. And, before you're just about to get to Arden's quarters, when you just smell this burning smell, and then you look behind you and you see these wires leading to this just huge gathering of explosives, and you know that you have to get off of this ship now because this shit is about to blow up.
Okay, I'm gonna try a teleport.
Alright, that's going to be an intuition roll. Plus,
Alright.
plus a skill.
What's tinged.
Yep.
Tinged with a power. Yep. Yep, that's the most powerful thing I got for this. Any other bonuses?
If you want to put any potential, you can sacrifice 5 and get another plus 5.
Let's just see what we get. Is that enough?
That is just barely enough. Yeah, you
Okay.
just passed that roll. You teleport back onto your ship as the explosion just completely engulfs Arden's. It actually, because of the proximity between your ship and theirs, it actually damages your ship, and you begin to plummet down below. Your men, some of them getting thrown off from the force of the explosion, and others like hanging on for dear life. All of the people on Arden's vessel are dead.
Minus Arden. I imagine he ditched.
Probably. You don't know.
I have a suspicion. I know people can teleport now, so...
Yeah. So you are very quickly descending down to the underworlds at this point.
Ah, shit.
Switching back over to, I'm going to say switching back over to Kadi. Kadi, do you want to describe your rage a bit more? You're muted, by the way.
Someone who can unmute him.
Is he? Wait.
I got it. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, inside of this fit of rage, I still have not completely figured all this out, but I'm just going to tell you the general idea of what he's trying to do.
Okay.
Alright. Outside of grenades, what other bomb-type devices did they have aboard the ship?
Outside of grenades, they had, like, maybe barrels of gunpowder. I can see that.
That'll work.
That's C4.
That I don't even know if that was invented yet. It seems like a
Oh, it'd be
Cold
C3.
War.
That'd be C3 at this point.
Oh, would it? Gotta look into that. But yeah. So, Elena, you can see like this fit of rage in his eyes, and he says, somewhat quietly, as you don't know exactly what he's doing with his hands, but he's doing a similar circular motion as he did when he made the teleportation thing, and he says, "Get ready to use that fire of yours."
I just nod.
Alright, and I'm not sure how much potential this is going to use, but what he's trying to do...
Probably two potential.
Alright, fair enough. You see like 4 of these barrels of gunpowder from the ship fall out of the sky into the middle of the section where the soldiers are across the street. And he says, still somewhat quietly after his hands stop moving, "Kill them."
As he says that, Elena snaps her fingers and ignites them.
Alright. This huge explosion just ripples outward.
By the way, how much potential does that use?
3.
Oof. I have 7 left.
We in
And
the same boat then, buddy.
it just completely just blows the, road open. And, the men, they just fly every which way. And, you manage to retreat out of there.
Alright, Kadi would be carrying Bati's body along with them, just like firemen carry across the shoulder.
Gotcha.
Elena puts a hand on your shoulder as you're carrying like that and says, "You know, we can give her a burial real fast."
No, what? No, you guys are you have no time.
No
Got
time.
you. He says, that's not a bad idea, but I have a slightly better one. And he starts to look around for a place where he can lair, where she'd be out of the eyes of others.
Alright, you find a nearby hay barrel.
Ah, that's terrible, but I'll do it. He puts her inside of the hay barrel and covers it back and says, "Don't worry about it. We'll be back for her in just a second."
Alright. Where do you retreat to?
Let's see. Well, would we really be retreating? I mean, we killed the guys,
Are you gonna
and the door is now wide open.
Are you gonna run in? I mean, I don't know.
He asked Elena what she wants to do. Look, this
Okay.
plan has already gone to shit, but that's no reason that we can't still try to carry out our mission. Running back to the ship will do nothing for our team but hinder them.
Elena just kind of looks. Are they out of the building that blew up?
Yeah, you guys are on the. You guys are where the stairs start.
Elena looks back up the stairs and says, "Well, we can always go back up there and do what we had to do."
Yeah, but we'll have to be much more careful this time. I couldn't stand to lose anyone else.
Understandable. Elena kind of just looks a little beat, and she just kind of starts walking up the stairs.
Got you. Cadiz says, "Hold on a second," and he uses I'm gonna use more of my potential to do the half shadow, half reality thing again.
Alright, sounds good.
We're going to have to stay on our feet for this one.
Alright, you begin to make your way up the stairs, and you stop just short of the door. And you look up and you see these guards. They have this sort of like Gatling gun, and they're just sort of like scanning for people.
How many are there?
There is a good, let's see. There are about 18 people spread out through this entranceway. They're inside of the building itself, though.
You said they're outside of the building?
No, they're inside. Like just,
Oh, inside the building.
so
Gotcha.
sort of like holding the choke point, if you will.
Ah, got you. He turns around and whispers to the rest of the group quietly. "Hey, do any of you know how to use that thing? That gun they have up there?"
Out of character, what gun are you talking about?
The Gatling gun.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Otto says I could use it.
Got you. I'll keep that in mind. We might have to use it in just a second, but it seems these people are on high alert. It's going to be harder than I thought it would to get inside this place.
Nadia, she speaks up. Maybe we should just retreat for now. I mean, we've already lost one of us.
Well, yes, we could retreat, but like I said earlier, what would that mean of our mission? What would that mean of the friends of ours who are waiting for information on how to get past this, on how to help them win the fight? Who knows how that's going now that that bird is lost?
At that, Elena kind of just looks down a bit. Says, "Well, can't we just find a way to blow this building up entirely?"
We could. It shouldn't be too hard. It's not like it's a dreadnought or anything, and that was pretty easy.
Elena speaks again. "Maybe we should get out of here and try to devise a way to just blow it up. I don't think we're going to be able to handle everyone inside of it."
Well, if we were to blow the whole place up, that would automatically handle everyone's side of it. The question is, how? If we could find where they keep their munitions. He tries to go back to remember on the map where they would possibly keep their artillery and ammunition.
If they were going to keep it in this area, it would be way deeper into the keep. You have to sneak in and find it, but you're not exactly sure where they would put it.
I remember that they do keep their armaments in here somewhere, and if we could find a way to sneak in, we could use that to cause a lot of damage, not just here, but for the rest of the enemy. Find a way to surprise attack them.
The windows. We can use the windows.
Elena looks to whoever's talking and says, do what with the windows?
We can go in through them. I mean, it's better than trying to sneak in through the front door, right?
Yes.
And besides, you're a weird, aren't you? Can't you, like, create a platform for us to go up through? Something, at least?
Elena just kind of, which isn't really cop, but Elena just kind of does look beat up and says, like, I could try. That explosion took a lot out of me.
Took a lot out of both of us, but we might be able to find some way. I don't think it would be smart for all 8 of us to, well, all 7 of us now to try to sneak in there. I say we bring this team down to 3 people, just me, Elena, and Zuko. The rest of you should be able to sneak off and retreat back to a safer location until this battle's over. You guys are thieves after all, not spies or soldiers. When I brought you into this, I didn't think something like this would happen to you.
The rest of them, you know, you just sort of have this moment. We're not leaving. We're not going to run with our tails between our legs. I'll say that the one speaking now is Sahar.
Hey, Lyd,
Yeah, what's up?
could we cut it short for today? Continue tomorrow at some point?
Would that be okay with everybody else?
Yeah.
I mean, how short are you trying to cut it?
Because I had to go around right now.
Well, that would have been pertinent information.
He did mention.
I did tell you before.
He mentioned this at the beginning of the session.
When I wasn't here.
Because he's adult, he already made plans.
Okay, real quick.
Yep.
Would everybody be able to do tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as it's around this time.
Around
Yeah,
6?
that should be fun.
Like around 6 or when we usually begin?
Around anywhere 4 to 6, anywhere around there.
So then we will begin again tomorrow around our usual time. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. 5, 4, 3, 2.